Boom. Ah, absolutely send it. Oh, I'm so ready, everybody. This, it's gonna be so good. Guess what? We got the green juice. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. And don't you know? Pump it up. We got the green juice. Of course, we got the green juice. Of course, we got it. Welcome. The fam. We got some news today, guys. We got some sexy, delicious news for everybody bullish on crypto. And I know some of you saw the news. We got Ghost in the house. We got Planners. We got Chipper. Where's my TJ? It's coming. Charles in the house. Let's go. How many days? How many days, months, and weeks, and years? Talking about this guy. I got more. Talking about this guy. I got my cap over there and I got my pillow right there. How many? Can somebody tell me how many years talking about that guy? Cheaper. Mansoor, tell me, please. We're going to make a lot of money, everybody. If you like that, then stay. If you don't like that, then I'll see you later. Where's the FUD? Where is the FUD? Alex, I got it, brother. Yes, I did. Today, we're waiting for cabinet meeting. President is going to have a cabinet meeting right now very soon at in like about 25 minutes. But I decided to come early because, come on, man. We're done, you know. Pump it up. So this is going to be pretty good, guys. We're going to be watching the cabinet meeting. This one lasts a while. I couldn't go live yesterday because I was busy. But yesterday he was talking about executive orders. But cabinet meeting, these are more important. Because you're going to have all the secretaries, Marco Rubio and JD and everybody. It's going to be so wild. Drop a like, fam. Consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on those notification bells. Welcome. Blessings to everybody here. Drop a like right now, please. And let us know in the comments. We got a poll right now. It's going to get really good. TJ, there you are, brother. I'm always checking on you guys. I'm always checking on my community because I know your names by now, right? I just looked at my Kronos portfolio today. I woke up, praise God, and I saw the news and I'm like, I'm going to tell you. I know I haven't told you. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just taking my time. I saw the news and I'm like, I knew it. In a way, it's like so much greatness. It's just a matter of waiting. Love it. Ah, man, this is good. Cabinet meeting, it's going to be about, I don't know, but it's always something good. Justin, Crow's exploding now, $1 next. We have the Trump Media Group Crow strategy. There was a nice AMA. AMA type of live by, Chris. And obviously, everybody here holding XRP. Yesterday, we came down, fam. 282. Look at us now. 292. Who bought the dip? You see that? You see that, fam? I'm not gonna get tired of repeating it. I'm not gonna get tired of repeating it because guess what? Breaking news. My algorithm position has been completed. Yes. XRP position, Ethereum position, Cardano position, algorithm position. Who next? I mean, obviously, my Crow position that's been completed years ago. That's one of the reasons that you don't see me saying buy Crow much, although I say it's a no-brainer because I already did it like years ago. Years ago. That's why Crow and I, like, we are just best friends, you know. But I mean, it's been so long. It's been so long. Almost 21 cents. Let's go. Cheers, fam. Welcome to the 1,000 of you here. Which one is the most bullish right now? We're going to have, oh, look at that. The call with knife. Let's go. That's good. You need $4 XRP. I also need $4 XRP, Joshua. I also need that. Let me get the green juice right now. You always lie about you bought more. Ooh. That's a lie. But it's okay, man. That's what you believe. First mistake in crypto, never reveal your bags. You want to be a target? Go ahead. A lot of people watching, brother. A lot of people watching. Don't even think about it, you know? I've been to places. When I went to Singapore and I went to Dubai and Toronto, Canada, talked to multimillionaires, and they're like, you'll be stupid to tell people how much you have, obviously. So that means that you don't have enough, maybe, to understand what that is. But when you have a lot of money, I'm not saying I have it, but I mean, there's a lot of people who have a lot of money. They're not just revealing how much they have, you know? Gotta be careful, brother. You gotta be careful. This world is insane. We're not soft in Canada. Welcome, everybody. Good to have you, buddy. Welcome. Crowfutters. JB, there you are, JB. There you are, JB. Welcome, welcome. Drop a like, everybody, because we're going to the moon. This is the XRP Crow Live. My XRP fam, I see you're here. You're beating that poll right now. Almost 1,000 votes. That's my XRP fam. But guess what? I'm also holding a bunch of CRO and another different ones. So we're happy, guys. We're happy. Really bullish, really blessed. And we're going to be watching Donald J. Trump in the cabinet meeting very soon. Donald J. Trump in the cabinet meeting very soon. I'm expecting them to be late yet again. Right? So we'll stay here for a while until they go live. Oscar, now everything we said in the Crow Lives is coming to fruition. Patience paid out. JB, you know it, brother. You know it, brother. You know it. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Crypto.com. Crypto here. Let's move this one here. Let's go back to XRP. And where is the AMA? Well, the news are this, guys. We're excited to share that Crypto.com and Trump Media have partnered to make Crow a utility token on their Truth Social platform. In line with the partnership, Trump Media will purchase approximately 105 million in Crow. Beautiful. For its balance sheet, $685 million, a million Crow. Wow. Now, Let me ask you something. Are they buying that amount of Crow because they think Crow is going to 5 cents? Exactly. They're buying because they know it's gonna just go through the roof. It's just gonna explode eventually, of course. We don't even have an Alcon season yet, fam. So do what you gotta do with that information. Watch us dip. Oscar Kramer, I know, fam. Oscar Kramer's in the house, I know. But hey, maybe today is different, Maybe today is different. All right, so Chris, where you at? Chris. What happened to the AMA? I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Doesn't exist? Is it on you? Is it on YouTube or why did they deleted it? Steve, what is his name? Eric, Steve. What is Eric? Where is that thing? I was seeing it just right now a couple minutes ago. It was on X. Oh, here it is. There you go. I was like, where is it? While we wait for Trump.
So if you have quickly and in a timely...
Nice. Take a look at this one.
This is obviously a massive day for Crypto.com, CRO, and the entire Crow fam. We wanted to come together quickly and in a timely manner to talk with the community a bit about the big news. Given the news is still hot, we've taken as many questions as we can from as many sources as we can. So if you have questions, still post them to Twitter, X, sorry. Our team is looking everywhere on Facebook. So wherever you guys are tuning in from, drop your questions. We'll try to get to as many as we can. We strongly encourage everybody to read the press release and all public filings related to the business combination for more information. But for now, let's turn it over to Chris. Chris, can you sum up the momentous news we've shared today?
212. Can you guys hear me?
I see the Crow fam lighting up on X right now.
Guys, I hope that you browse through the notes that I posted on Twitter. This is probably the most impactful thing we've ever done. And I think the importance of this day is only going to become clear to everyone as time goes by. I would compare it to a snowball that just starts going down the hill and it's going to be very, very big. We're very, very excited about this announcement. And there are two aspects of it. The first one is the $6.42 billion US treasury play by Trump Media Group CRO strategy. This is absolutely unprecedented in terms of the sheer scale of this endeavor, especially if you compare it to the market cap of the token, which stood at a little over $5 billion at the time of announcement. Absolutely massive. Please make sure you go to the official press release and read the details of it. But just to quickly let you guys know, this business combination, if you look at the SPAC, it has $200 million in cash. There will be warrants bringing in another 220 for a total of $420 million of cash that will go into buying CRO. There is a $1 billion CRO injection, or 6.3 billion CRO at the time of announcement. There is a further $5 billion USD in line of credit from our partners Yorkville that will be used to buy even more CRO. So this is an absolutely momentous day for the community. And I think you guys will look back at this moment and see that this was the turning point for Cron's chain and for CrowFam.
To everybody who's just jumping in right now and doesn't have a clue what's going on, let me keep everybody up to speed and have everybody on the same page. We got close to 1,500 people here. Number one, we're waiting for Trump to speak. He's going to have a cabinet meeting. That's very important. What is it about? I'm not sure. But when it's a cabinet meeting, it's basically a Q&A and there's everybody there. So it's just going to be exciting, Trump style. Number two, if you see this, it's because CRO, the token, Kronos, right, got phenomenal news today. And we knew at some point something like this was going to happen, right? So that's what, let me close my Telegram. That's why, that's one of the reasons that we buy good tokens, bro. That's one of the reasons that I'm like heavily invested and I just want to deploy in great cryptos like XRP. Because XRP, guys, zero XRP spot ETFs. That's it. We don't have anything. But how many pending XRP spot ETFs do we have right now? Like 20? We have so many. Theor also has some. Solana has some. The SEC has been delaying all of that. All of that. So buy before the masses come in. Buy before the world comes in. Retail comes in. Right? So today is the CEO of Crypto.com and he's speaking about what's happening with this whole big, mega, massive news between Truth Social and Crypto.com. Not only Crypto.com helping to launch Crow ETFs, but Truth Social deciding to open the Crow Strategic Reserve, buying 105 million worth of Crow. It's a lot of money. And that's good. All right. Now you know everybody. Click the first link down below, guys. Come on. Join us. Exchanges down there. Make your accounts right now. Send it.
In terms of the deal details, again, always refer to all official press releases. You guys can read up on it. Everything has been posted by all three partners. There are official SEC filings. I encourage you to go and read through the details. The other important part of this deal is the integration of CROs, the utility token on Truth Social. This is another massive news. And I think everybody should understand that combining social media and crypto opens so many new ways in which the token can be used and brought to the masses. So we're very excited about this partnership in its entirety. We're very grateful for the trust of our partners, and we're grateful to to CrowFam who stood by us over the years. Back to you, Steve.
Great.
So a question that we've been seeing all over the place is we're seeing more and more digital asset treasuries pop up. What's different about this one? How is this going to perform differently?
Yeah, I think the scale is number one. If you look at the ratio of the funds coming in versus the market cap, this is just unprecedented. Like it, just if you took a larger token as an example, if say
what is this garbage? What is this garbage? What is Da Vinci talking about XRP?
How XRP is going to go to 4,761 this year. So XRP, we've just made a huge pump. Of course, you know what? It created some market structure, nice market structure, came up and created the W, and off it went. Perfect W action. that you can see that this was, for once in his lifetime, not manipulation. This was probably manipulation down here, but this was not. This was actually a market action. So, with that said, or maybe they have just a better market maker than the one that did this down here, but whatever. So,
I cannot. Sorry, guys. I cannot. He's too much for me. BlackRock just bought $300 million of Ethereum. BlackRock just bought, institutions are bullish. They're buying, fam. They're buying. It's good. I know. That's why it's a joke, right? I get it.
Company that is running a digital asset strategy on ETH would announce something like this that would require them to buy up like $400 billion of ETH to have a similar level of impact. So this is just an insane scale of this endeavor. I think this is number one. Number two is that we've seen a lot of these digital asset trading companies, treasury companies showing up, and it's basically a race for the door. I think if you look at how this deal has been structured, all founding partners, including Crypto.com and Trump Media Group and Yorkville, and the management of the entity that will run this business moving forward, everybody's locked up. We're talking about 4-year lockups, full lockup for 12 months, and then gradual unlocks every 6 to 12 months. So we are, as founders of this project and as backers of this project, we firmly believe in its success, and we're...
Hyundai is increasing its investments to $26 billion following POTUS meeting with South Korean president. That's a lot of money. That's great.
We're happy to sign up for multi-year lockups. I think it's hard to find anything like this out there today in the market, and I think people will find this to be really differentiated. The other part of it, which is very exciting and interesting, is that now this, upon completion of this business combination, there will be about 6.3 billion CRO within that company. These funds can be staked to generate yield. So that opens a set of new opportunities as well. So it's all very exciting and highly differentiated. Are we having connection issues, Steve? Is it you or me?
I think we're back. I think we had the end there. So I'm just scanning here the questions. Okay, so another big one that's been coming up is people are wanting to hear a little bit more about Trump Media. So there's Trump Media.
So, this is good, man. This is good. I'm very happy. I'm not surprised in a way, because I know that this eventually, at some point, we're gonna get some incredible news that will justify the passion behind such a brand. And all I'm gonna say, guys, is look, you can easily tell that at 7 a.m. my time here, Central in the U.S., people just decided, a whale just decided, you know what? Break the news, and boom. Immediately, in one candle, went to 20 cents from 16 cents. And you might say, well, that's not a lot, right? Well, that was a nice 30% pump in one candle. So that's a lot of money, of course. And we're happy about that. And if you're deciding to buy something before news break, that's 33% today. 33%, which means that if you go to Banter Bubbles in the daily, guess who's going to win? Oh, there it is. You see that? 27% today, right now, in the 1 day, in the 1 hour, but in the 1 day, CRO is the one that's winning. Hands down, not a question. I'm very happy to see this, guys. It just comes to show that we're making money, that we're making progress, and anything related or associated with Crypto.com is just going to do well right now. and Trump, of course. Will it stay at 20 cents by the end of the day? Who knows? Usually, for those who don't know, when CRO pumps, it also comes down. That's a given for a while, but I think things can start to be, changing soon. And we're always really, really happy to see pumps like this, man. I mean, for someone like me who I've been holding this coin for such a long time, ever since 5, 4, 7 cents, guys, this is just a beauty, an incredible beauty. Now, I wonder if we're going to go, at 5 cents again. And that's why I was telling you, in the very beginning of the video, guys. 5 cents. But in reality, I think that's it. And 20 cents, the last time we were at 20 cents, that was at the end of 2024 with the news of Trump winning, went to 23 cents. So would you take a look at that nice candle? You're seeing let me change to the Hikinashi. Gonna be a little bit more clean. There you go. That's Hikinashi for Crypto.com, CRO Kronos. A nice pump when Trump won. Then it's a beautiful dump. Another opportunity to buy the dip from 20 cents all the way down to 6 cents, guys. So you got some time to accumulate and buy CRO at this level. And then, eventually, right, back to 20 cents with news. So I'm just positive, right, that things are going to start looking great. And any chance you have to buy the dip, it always pays off, right? Maybe you don't want to do leverage. That's totally fine. But if you want to do leverage, guys, go ahead. That's what I'm telling you. So I have this for you, fam. I told you yesterday, so I think it just makes so much sense now. Here it is. If you want free Crypto.com Tier 1 VIP status, what you need to do is come to this form, create your account with my link. Once you have the account and go through securing your account, go ahead and grab that email and come to this form, fill it up, and we are going to give you 3 months free Tier 1 VIP status. Exchange, the Crypto.com exchange. Just want to make sure that you guys are taking all the opportunities into consideration. It's going to be good. This is how we buy the dips, 100%. What's up, Charles? Cowboy, let's go. I love to see that, guys. I love to see that. So, once again, if you're a Crow holder, if you already have your account on Crypto.com exchange, you can still do it. If you don't have anybody referring you, still do it. There's the docs. There's the docs. Amazing, man. Amazing. And it's actually 10 a.m. right now, my time, so 11 a.m. So we have the roll call, and the president is going to have a cabinet meeting very, very soon. And I'm already having the live picture here, so I'm going to move it to my right. Now, after CDC and Crow, we jump into the boss, Donald J. Trump, coming in and dropping some info and great moments like yesterday. Gotta be making that money, fam. Gotta be making that money. But this is just so good. This is just so good. Exactly what we needed in the crypto space, for a company and for a project that a lot of people watching right now and a lot of people holding with me for so long, guys. For absolutely so long we've been waiting for. So we need to make that money. I agree. And I want to make that money with you guys. Okay. Taking a look at what's the latest here. Now, what else is next for me? What else is next for me? As if I check Algorand, I want to check Algorand so bad right now, bro. Okay, not that much. Still 25. I'll take it. I'll take 25. But I want to see much higher algorithm prices for sure. Trump will pronounce Gemini XRP cards will be one of the sponsors of 2026 FIFA World Cup. What's up, Lotus? That'll be pretty cool, huh? Beautiful, beautiful, nice charts that we have right now. $294 XRP, send it, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. Okay. XRP doesn't want to be fall behind. I like it. I really, really like it. I'm gonna leave it like that so we can see exactly the moment once they transition to inside. Now, technically it's under $3 XRP, so you know what? I know what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna buy XRP. I'm gonna buy XRP. The last time that I bought XRP was the last time I bought XRP, maybe sometime in June. It was June, if I'm not mistaken. But guess what? It's gonna feel so good to do this. I've been waiting to do this because I just been, you know, diversifying. I've been diversifying a lot and I love it. It feels so great. But there it is. I've been saying under $3 XRP, that is my buy. So I'm gonna do it right now because it's true. Bought Lionite. Let's go, man. That's good. You should have bought yesterday. I bought other ones, but I know them, bro. As long as you keep buying the dip, that's what matters. So it's still under 3, so I like it. I'm gonna buy until it's $3. That is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm not just gonna keep buying XRP until it's $3, because that's the way I like to, you know, program it in my head. Good. We got XRP, fam. We got XRP. Perfect. We got XRP. I'm gonna buy until it's $3, and then I'm gonna start doing a few other things. Buying XRP, Cardano, and HBAR, everything is discounted right now, 100%. I'm just missing HBAR, brother, but I honestly don't want to miss under $3 XRP. It's been so long. It's been so long for me. I've been just kind of worried about Ethereum, Cardano, and Algorand right now. So once, that's done already, so I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm doing here, guys, is besides I'm providing you content and some awesome news, I'm just sharing with you my thought process, right? Obviously, I'm not revealing what I'm buying, like how much I'm buying, right? But because for everyone's, you know, we gotta keep that safe and private. But I want to make sure that you know that it's okay to diversify. It's okay to, you know, step out and find yourself other different projects that have great future, right? Besides XRP. Oscar just bought 1.2 trillion XRP. 1.2 trillion. There's not even 1.2 trillion, bro. I wish. Thank you, JB. Appreciate it. I keep buying the dip for 3 years and my back is heavy. May need to hire bodyguards to carry. My man, Josh, I love it, bro. That's the way to do it, bro. That's the way to do it. Okay, now I'm gonna check something. Oh yes, I know what I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check this. Some pretty good news, everybody. That's what we like to see today. What a nice morning. What a nice morning. Drop a like, everybody. Consider subscribing to the channel. Welcome. Join us here. Join us here. We're here for you every single day. Oh, yeah. That's it. Algorand position is completed. Algorand position has been... I just wanted to check a few things. Take a look at Cardano here. Cardano position completed. Yep. Nothing to worry about here. Take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum position completed, looking good. That's nice. Solana position. Solana position is completed. Good. Oh, praise the Lord. We good. Guys, I was, lately, before going to bed yesterday, I was starting to do some research as far as borrowing to collateralize your crypto. Use your crypto as collateral instead of selling it. So I'm learning that. In a previous live, I told you that I didn't know. So I'm learning that because there's some protocols and there's some exchanges that can give you money like fiat in exchange of staking your crypto with them. But I'm still doing research. Anybody here knows how to do that or has done it in the past? If that's you, just if you can share your experience, that'll be awesome. Because I haven't done it. Like, we all can sell crypto. The problem is that when you are loaded or when you have a big amount, taxes come into play. And you want to make sure that you're doing the best job to keep more money. No idea, but someone needs to create a guide bulletproof. Darius, what's up, buddy? Wouldn't it make sense to stop printing money and just back up stable coins with gold and the dollar? We all know printing is bad. What's up, One Eye? Planets, yes, I'm so glad you're finally learning my strategy, bro. I say buy low, borrow high, never sell. You can take out personal loans, ECT, and digital loans, all kinds of loans. Planets, well, you're in my Discord, so we gotta talk then. If you're doing it, we gotta talk. Link up with Jay Clever. Yeah, I think he obviously knows. He was at the SALT conference. He was doing really well. I'm very happy for him. He's obviously, made, so it's really good. Wouldn't be a bad idea to reach out. Because I do want to learn to do that. Now that we made it, fam, or we made it to a point that we're really going to do well, and eventually with the altcoin season coming in, why pay massive taxes if I can just borrow, right? And there's no tax in that. There's no tax. It's tax-free. And I want to know because we're planning, real estate and a few other things. So I just really need to learn that part of the business really well because it's so important. Also, borrow Bitcoin when high interest is very low. Use it to buy like XRP Ethereum. When Ethereum and XRP gains on Bitcoin, pay back with collateral crypto. What's up, Chris? I'll create a step-by-step example and post it. Yeah, please do it, Planets. Maybe some people here watching us do have the same question because, dude, I mean, paying taxes right now, it's not really something that I want to do, once we have the altcoin season upon us. Tectonic is pumping. Send it. Finally. Shout out to all my Tectonic, the Crow fam, BVS Finance, and more. CRO is already coming down a bit. So guys, once again, get free. I say free CDC Exchange BIP Tier 1 status with my link that I'm posting in the Docs Google Forms. Follow the steps, create your account with my link. Then once you have the account with that email, put it right here. Put a name that I can identify you. Doesn't have to be your real name. And that's it. That's it. And you're going to get the treatment for crypto.com exchange VIP, okay? You're gonna love it. Gonna love it. So, I'll see you there, fam. Don't you not pump it up 100%, brother. Of course. Of course. Oscar coin is pumping. No! Although I got the loan to buy more XRP, I still had to pay interest on the loan, but I avoided taxes on the loan. But now I owe capital gains on the XRP I bought with the loan. Yeah. How crazy is that, right? I mean, if you're buying an asset like a house, that's good. Because there's so many ways that you can borrow and do arbitrage, right? That's another one. I don't do it, but people do it. You've been borrowing against your Bitcoin for a while. I just don't do it. I've never done that in the past. I mean, I've used Tectonic, and Tectonic is a lending and borrowing platform, right? But I just bought the token. I'm not really known for like borrowing crypto because I don't know. It's just something that I haven't done in the past. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna borrow fiat and use my crypto as collateral. That's what I want to do. So I'll do my research and I'll come with you guys with some findings, right? Seems like Ramos moved his Crow coin to XRP and now seen on Crow Pump. Yeah, I mean, that's CRO, brother. We'll stay there for a while. It's not moving, but I get it, man. Like, obviously, you guys don't know, and it's something that we all should keep private, right? The thing is that you just cannot let the world see your wallets, guys. To say, oh, that's exactly what he's doing, because it's just gonna tarnish you. There is in the house. Very happy to see you, buddy, and welcome. Thank you so much for the kind donation, buddy. Appreciate it so much. What is this topic? In the hypothetical case that our coins reach millions, how will we withdraw that? Most exchanges are traps, and there are many cases of frozen accounts. Or maybe by the end, everything will already be tokenized. If you want to withdraw that, you mean like the USDT once you sell it, or the actual coins? Let's say you have Algorand and XRP and Cardano and Ethereum, and you want to withdraw that. Well, where would you withdraw it? Like, you want to withdraw it to a wallet? You can do it very fast. You might have a threshold if you're not KYC. If you're not KYC, they're gonna give you a threshold, right? So you gotta be moving little by little, little by little. But if you're KYC, they open up to millions. They open up to like 500,000, 2 million or so, so you can really move a lot of money at once. What I do is I move it to my wallets out of exchanges, right? In fact, I need to get a Trezor account. Anybody here owns a Trezor wallet? Because I think that wallet, the Trezor 5, that's the one I want to get. I don't have it, but I've heard great reviews. I'm gonna get it. Anybody has a Trezor 5? And you tell me your experience, or any Trezor? You have one? You liked it? Nice. Super easy to use. Beautiful. I think he's talking about into a bank account. There is. Oh, move it to your bank. Move it to your bank. Okay, you want to move it to your bank? You mean like sell and then withdraw that? Well, that's the definition of selling and paying the taxes. So you will pay taxes on that. You will pay taxes on that, which is okay if you want to pay taxes on that, right? But you will have to sell everything, and you will have to, let's say, if you go to Coinbase, if you're KYC, which I think you have to be KYC on Coinbase, then you'll be able to withdraw like a lot of money. Maybe not millions, but a lot of money. If you're paying for Coinbase One, then you can withdraw a lot more,
I'm actually
right?
going to set this in there now. I'm just not going to set
Huh.
it up. That way I don't have
Have a decent wallet. Trezor 3 is great. Got it. Trezor Safe 5 is the way to go. Okay. You say every video, oh, buy the dip. Yes, Richard. If you don't want to buy the dip, don't buy the dip. More for me. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Do Tangent Wallet. Good. You have a Trezor? Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy one. I just have to buy one. Yeah. Lately, I've been watching a bunch of videos, and I just gotta protect myself. You gotta protect yourself, guys. You gotta protect yourself, your assets. You never know, guys. Spyware comes in. They can do harm, you know. So yeah, this week I think it's gonna be a good week for me to start moving things around. All right, guys. welcome to the Donald J. Trump cabinet meeting. We got big news earlier today with Crypto.com and Truth Social. So that's a big major news for everybody, and people made so much money with that. So that is major news. Soon, right now, Trump is going to hold the 7th cabinet meeting. The 7th cabinet meeting. It's going to be great. I think a lot of people are waiting to hear what he got. So it's coming soon. I'm watching here the Associated Press, so we'll be ready for that. It's supposed to start now, but you know that. It take a while. White House. They're not live, so that's not good news. They're always late. Always late. Take a look at the comments at the community right here coming in. Tangent Wallet, I see. Ledger Flex better. Decent is better than Trezor. Okay. I mean, as long as... Hey, Brady, what's up, buddy? Murdoch. Guys, we're going to have a cabinet meeting. Typically, it's about crime and immigration and the economy and tariffs. It's like a big summary of everything. It's a big one, right? And when Trump is sitting, he talks and talks and talks and talks. When he's sitting. So it's going to take a while. It's going to be a bunch of clips, a bunch of headlines. So that's one of the reasons that I'm here, right? Big things coming in. Hey, Murdoch, what's up, buddy? So if you can get a 4.4 holding stable coins, then isn't just super liquid way of holding government bonds when stables then push out the retail bond market if yields are at above posted 10-year. Well, Murdoch, that's one of the reasons digital assets are the way to go. The problem is that you're not protected by FDIC. You're not protected by the federal government per se. You're protected and mostly responsible with the company giving you, the crypto company giving you that APY, that yield. That company goes out of business or there's something wrong, you lose all your money. Where you go the other route and something happens and you can easily sue and you know you're gonna win. But crypto is getting better by the day that even if Coinbase goes down, you can still sue and do well. Use Nexo for loans against my collateral. So Nexo gives you fiat, friend. Or they give you crypto. What are your thoughts? We're gonna pump or dump, Oscar. Omar. Well, I'm bullish, man. I'm a bullish guy, especially right now. James, what's up, brother? Welcome. Gold and silver are worth more than your crypto than when lithium-ion battery. Hey, Barbie. Good to see you, Barbie. Welcome. Live Ledger is the Rolls Royce of Ledger wallets. Live Ledger. I have a Ledger and I have 2 more. But I want something else too. Locked in. If you're an X, don't forget to follow us. If you're an X, don't forget to follow us here on X. We are very grateful and excited and posting the big news. Oh, I'm so ready. It's coming. I'm so ready. It's coming. Who got it? Drop a like if you got it. Let us know in the chat if you got it. Come on. Who is gonna use your awesome Gemini XRP card? Oh, yes. I just love my Mexican, Hispanic comments. I just love you guys. You know I can understand what you're saying. You know I can understand what you're saying. I love you, fam. What's up, Jordan? Good to have you, buddy. Welcome. Italy in the house. Guess what? I was actually watching Gladiator 2 yesterday. I didn't finish it, but I'm watching Gladiator 2. And you know what? I'm gonna watch F1. Oh, dude, Checo, dude, Checo. Dude, the news, bro. I just saw them when I woke up today. Checo. Dude, it's gonna be so good. Cadillac, bro. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be so good, bro. Oh my. I love watching F1, by the way. I think you watched it yesterday. Oh man. Yes, bro. I'm so excited for F1, bro. So excited. Checo, bro. I haven't looked at that, Martis. I haven't looked at it. Have you looked into Jay Clever's group regarding getting a loan if you have at least 100,000 XRP? I'll take a look at it then. I need to get into his group, I think so. Yeah. Very good news for us coming in, guys. But I want to see that movie. I want to see that. I want to watch it. F1. Don't spoil it. Do not spoil the movie. Don't do it. Pump it up. What's up, Charles? Very happy to see you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Spain is watching us. What's up, everybody? Welcome. You got the Gemini card yesterday and you've been using it for everything. You see how my crow? But you're like, I want to use my card. Nola in the house. Thank you so much for being here. You're awesome. Thank you so much. That's great. Pro is in F1. Yeah, man. I kind of wanted to watch it at the movie theater. I really wanted, but it's just life happened. Life happened, fam. And when life happens, you decide if it kills you or if it makes you stronger. If it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger, and it's making me stronger. So very blessed and happy, and I'm gonna watch it. I just saw it. It's on Amazon Prime, so I'll pay for it and I'll watch it sometime this week. Yes. And JB, don't do it. Don't do it. Very good, everybody. So CRO is taking a dip right now. People are finally taking some profits, which is totally okay. if XRP pumps to $4 right now, what's going to happen to the price of XRP following the next 30 or 1 hour? 30 minutes or 1 hour? What's going to happen, guys? It's going to come down. Why? I'll tell you why. If XRP goes to $4 today, which it can, by the way, it can. The first thing people are going to do, watch out with this spam. Watch out with this spam. Okay, goodbye, brother. Goodbye, brother. Okay. What's going to happen is that people are going to see $4 and going to be like, incredible. They're not going to be like, okay, let's just continue pumping. No. There's some levels. There's always levels. Always, always. So it comes to $4. That's a rejection point. It's just not going to keep going. It immediately is going to stop. It's going to make a new all-time high and it's going to come down. So what you do is, like, if you are a trader, you sell at that point. Let it come down to you. Let it come down to you. Then you find a local support, maybe 350, 330. And then after that, you go in again. Somebody comes in and posting a bunch of comments like, what do you expect is going to happen? What do you expect is going to happen? Trump is coming in. Trump cabinet meeting coming in soon, 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 soon. Want to take a look at the latest? We got some messages right here. Very soon to watch this. Ooh. Justin, Trump Media, Crypto.com, and Yorkville are launching a 6.42 billion crore treasury holding 19% of the supply. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. And don't you know? Pump it up. I should go to Bali. Yes. Absolutely. I'm so happy, you know. That's really nice. It's really, really nice. Trump Media Group Crow Strategy will be the world's largest holder of Crow with 6 billion Crow. Wow. I wonder if they're buying CRO so it can go down to 5 cents. I wonder.
More and more digital asset treasuries pop up.
Oh, by the way, she's fired. She gone. She gone. She's fired. Trump fired her yesterday. So, yep. Another one bites the dust. She gone. Let me show you. Boom. President Trump fires Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. She gone. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, bullish? I was like, bullish? Right here. Is this bullish? Lisa got cooked. Sorry, right? F1 is an insane movie. I know. I really, really want to watch it. I really, really do. Lisa, who? Very happy to see everybody. Welcome. Good morning to everybody here in the U.S. And if you're watching us from all over the world, it gets better. It truly gets better. I just bought XRP not that long ago. Very happy about it. And if you're one of my subs, sometimes I do it here live so you should watch. Put it here. Gonna put it in sending the money trading to. Boom. Very good, very good. Just a little bit. Watched last night. That's nice, man. That's good. The way I like to do things, guys, is just accumulation, accumulation, accumulation. That's the way I play about my long-term bags. Accumulation. Ooh, they're live. Are they? Oh, no, they're not live. What is this? Huh.
Are you ready for an AI challenge? Take part in this nationwide initiative to discover, develop, and expand AI's potential. As someone who created an AI-powered audiobook and championed online safety through the Take It Down Act, I've seen firsthand the promise of this powerful technology.
Let's go. Melania. I was like, what is that? I mean, she's obviously, she doesn't speak that much. So I was curious to see what she was saying. I was just curious. Now, when we see the Marine right there, it means that the president is inside. That's what I remember. Sometimes there's two, so I don't know if there's two or one, but I think he's already in. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, of course. Hey, Finland, what's up, guys? Welcome. Oscar, ChatGPT, tell us it's going to be a pump and dump post-Crow. Random dude with a coffee walking by. Yeah, I know, right? We're just watching all the good stuff here. Netherlands is watching us. Let's go, guys. Welcome. Oh, Melania meme coin. I know, dude. No, that was so bad, bro. That Melania meme coin destroyed me and destroyed so many people, bro. Honestly, that was so terrible. I was doing very good with my Trump position. I was already up by 6 figures. I was crushing it with Trump coin, guys. I had bought a good amount. It went through the moon. I was at the top of the world, right? Like, let's go. This is amazing. Bro, it went to $75, bro. $75. Everything was fine. I was at church on a Sunday. It was so great. And all of this sudden, bro, I just see my Discord, my moderators. Oscar, are you seeing? I was like, I'm praising God here. Like, I'm just couldn't believe it. I'm like, where's that money going? Where's that money going? And as soon as it came, it went to Melania. And then, of course, Melania rugged or just dumped so bad, and then everything just wasn't the same. But I was doing so well. Melania. It happened. I went home 5 minutes and it was dumped already. Yeah, man. You remember that time. You remember that time, bro. You missed it. Yeah, I know, bro. It was just crazy. My girlfriend bought Trump coin at 71. Ooh, she still has it. Because a lot of people, I mean, we got it and we're like, yeah, we're going to do well. I mean, people were chilling Trump coin like crazy. Like, oh, it's going to be $100 and all of that. And we were expecting, higher. But Melania came in and destroyed everything. You still have some. Nice. Thank you, TJ. So everybody asking what's Trump going to speak about. A cabinet meeting is just bringing everybody together, the entire cabinet, the president, the vice president, the secretary of state, the secretary of the treasury, everyone. And it's a back and forth discussion and bragging about everything, all the good. It's a nice conversation because you don't have them that often. The last cabinet meeting, actually, let me go ahead and do a little bit of research. When was the last? Oh, you know what? Let's use what I paid. Brooke, when was the last cabinet meeting? Let's try to see this. Come on, Grok. You're live. Wow. Yes. You see that? The last U.S. cabinet meeting was on February the 26th. So, according to Grok, the last U.S. cabinet meeting was on February the 26th, according to Grok. So, if it's right, it's been a while. It's been a while. I actually have ChatGPT Plus. I paid for it, guys. I paid for ChatGPT. So, this is so fast. Okay. It's already saying it was today. It was sometime this year, 2025. But it's been a while. Okay, CRO is coming back up a little bit. That's pretty nice, guys.
We like to think we are. Well, except for the gatekeeper, Steven. He's manning the seat today. So he has the stakeout. Who'd you come from? Where were you before here?
Before here? I'm actually A1 over at Nat Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Audio, Audi Field. And then I was in the music industry.
Do you know Bonnie Burko? She did a lot of hockey.
No, so before that, I've been there for about 5 years. Before that, I'd scored. It's been 20 years of touring. I did 500 shows of Springsteen, 5 tours of Seeger.
Got tired of traveling?
Yeah, back surgery a decade ago.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, as well as 35 countries, 185 cities.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, 5 world tours. Yeah. It's like it's a young man's game.
Yeah. Oh.
And in the position I was in, even though it was paying well, it's still like I kind of capped out, and I kept hearing my doctor in my head
That's
going,
how I feel about this.
yeah, doctor was like, hey man, we cleaned you up, but I'm telling you, you go back out there on that level,
it's gonna happen again.
It's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
So, and I honestly got completely disenchanted by after COVID. Like there was a period where I was like, I don't want to be around any gear. I'm like, I helped. I jumped in, and my father has a historic.
They don't know they're on the air.
Right.
Right. I jumped in that for a couple years, but then in this, just called me back.
Yeah.
So here I am now.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah,
Good
nice
to have
meet
you.
It's good to be here.
Well, we ain't going nowhere. We'll be here at least until 5 years till I retire.
That was so fun. They're about to reveal some secrets, right? Everybody, drop a like, guys. Consider subscribing to the channel and welcome. 7th cabinet meeting of second term. 7th cabinet meeting. Wow. So it's gonna be a big one, big powerful one. It's supposed to be live now, but they always like to be late, man. It's crazy. Where is the crow fud? Yes, indeed. Where's the crow fud? No Gemini Ethereum card, right? You can earn Ethereum. You can earn a bunch of different cryptos. Not only XRP, but there's the XRP card edition. XRP edition, right? So you can still earn, I don't know, Bitcoin by using the XRP edition card, but obviously you want to earn XRP with the XRP edition card, right? That's the way it is. White House is live. Oh, thank you. It is? Yay! Finally. Thank you, brother. You guys are the best. Finally. All right. Good. That's good news. And it's coming soon. Perfect. Look at the Marines. Oh, now there's two. Wait. Oh, no. I don't know. I mean, it was just
Mid-range. My problem is
they changed. That's so cool, man. I want to go to the White House, honestly. They don't know they're live. Semper Fi, 100%, guys. It's always been like a 1 hour late, actually, private. You're right. It's always been 1 hour date, 100%. Shift change. What's up, John 360 in the house? Welcome. Soon to hear from the president, which is going to be pretty nice. Got a few. There's Crypto Sensei. Shout out to Crypto Sensei. Shout out to Crow. Tresor. I'm gonna buy a Tresor soon. Tengu. How many Bitcoins does he have? I don't know.
There you are. Where are you going?
The way he pronounces Ethereum takes me out every time. What's up, Giovanni? Now, I'm very hungry. And as we wait, because it's almost going to go live, I want to go for some food. Because your boy is hungry. Perfect. Almost there.
John had it. This thing.
I know.
Leaders coming in.
That's true.
Coming in this spot.
That's true, but then I worry about somebody going.
Good price for XRP. Really great price for XRP, and we're watching this one. Perfect, guys. Be right back. Let's get something to eat. We've been live for more than an hour, and things are about to get crazy. So, yeah. Oh, boy.
I wouldn't mind working here. I mean, it would just be perfect. I mean, that could be the
Winston. Coming soon, coming soon. Love that. Euro holding very nice. That good support of 19. It really goes back to 20. Yeah, it's gonna do well. Can I have a bite? I'm right here. You'll get a bite. You make me hungry. What are you eating? So what I do, save me some time. I got a meal prep. I got a subscription and I go and pick up my meals. Saves me time, you know. For situations like this. I don't have time to cook, so. Plus, I've been eating these ones. Super healthy, of course. When you're my age, when you're this old, you gotta stay in shape. You guys are so young.
Bitunix. No, man. How you doing? How are you doing? Good, thank you. Yeah, man. Beautiful. Oh, good to meet you. Stop. Yeah, just take it down.
Oscar's only 20 years old. I wish, but life goes by. Twinkies. Doing everybody, you're coming in right now. Welcome. We got over 2,000 people here ready to rumble. A lot of people be making some great money, which is really nice. Buy the dip. What else am I supposed to say? Buy the dip. People don't like it. Get frustrated. Hate it. But it works. And you make a lot of money by doing so.
Tripod that you guys have here? Tripod might be a little tough. What are you trying to do?
So you know what to do, fam.
Take a background of this. I just want to keep it, my phone somewhere. I don't want to disturb your camera as well. I don't want to disturb your camera position. Because I know. Call that, I think there's they call that a champagne taste with the Coca-Cola wallet. I think. I owe you one, man. No, you don't. Let's see what we with the sun.
With the sun, do you think this side is better?
What are you doing, the camera?
Piece to camera, yeah.
Well, do you have the audio that goes to it?
You know, I just have to have my AirPods. That should be good. I don't need a...
Yeah. Horizontal or vertical? Normally vertical, right?
Vertical is fine.
Is it upside down?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm gonna... Yeah, this is fine.
You can fuck
Yeah.
around. Do whatever you want.
Thank you
That's
so
how
much.
to change the
Yeah.
orientation on it.
Yeah, good.
Right?
Perfect.
Vertical tilt a little bit this way.
This is perfect. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Chicks did it.
Takes talent.
Mr. Skippy to you.
The way I think about it is like somebody put the camera there, but they didn't tell the people that camera is live. I don't think they just... I mean, now we know they're not watching it live on YouTube, right? I don't think so.
I'm the last person you want to know about now, if I had some, I'd tell you for sure. Normally, I don't want to be the weaker link in a chain, but I'm hanging on by a thread. No, I'm good though. Thank you. Thank you, Danny.
Oh, look at this.
Founded by the Winklevoss. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Gemini announced this morning that the crypto exchange, founded by the Winklevoss twins, is launching an XRP credit card with Ripple. The card allows customers to earn up to 4% back in XRP on fuel, EV charging, and rideshare purchases, 3% on dining, 2% on groceries, and 1% on other transactions. Now, Gemini said it's also teaming up with some other merchants to offer up to 10% back on eligible purchases for all Gemini credit card holders. In a statement, Tyler Winklevoss said, quote, "By introducing a special XRP edition of the Gemini credit card, we're giving customers in the XRP army new ways to earn XRP and express their passion, loyalty, and excitement." Gemini is also expanding access to Ripple's stablecoin RLUSD. The firm says the token is now available as a base currency for all spot trading pairs for U.S. users, allowing traders to move between that stablecoin and other assets on the platform without extra conversion steps and fees. The announcement comes as the firm pursues an IPO in the U.S. The company confidentially filed for an IPO back in June.
Awesome. That's great. Even on Cracker Barrel, Trump is everywhere. At the TV2, outnumbered right now. Oh, look, Mr. Wonderful. Look at that. Is there. Cool beans. All right, fam. Any moment now. Any moment right now, fam. It's coming now. Soon. Oscar's a baby millionaire. Lena, good to see you. Welcome. Ah, man. What a good one. Very happy to have you here, guys. Soon. It's going to be a long ride, but I'll be here. Trump, at least an hour and a half. Okay? At least an hour and a half. Wow.
Hey, Mark, how's it going? Hello and welcome to this special edition of News Mobile Editors Wrap here from the White House. I'm Saurabh Shukla. What will it take for US and India to mend their ties? What will it take for them to make sure that the tariff logjam that has been happening between them gets sorted out. I've been speaking to a lot of key interlocutors here, and I get a sense that what's missing is some out-of-the-box diplomacy. What's missing is the way we've been engaging with the White House here, the way...
Got some guayabas. Guavas. How do you call it? Guava, right? I mean, I don't know how to pronounce it, but you know, these ones. I love them. Let's get some music, fam, while we wait. Oh, man. The guy's talking, right?
Thank you. That's my bad. That's my bad.
No, it's all right. Not your bad.
Nice, nice, nice. Welcome. There you go.
They were very angry.
Finally, somebody's using the camera. Let's go.
So sorry about this.
Danny, that was my bad.
What was? Finally, somebody told me.
Actually, I didn't realize the camera. Saurabh Shukla. What will it has been is engaging obviously. I did not hear things back and forth. There were negotiations which were happening.
You're in front of my shot.
Oh, so sorry. I didn't know this.
Danny, that was my fault.
Oh, I did not realize.
No, you're okay. What a shot is that?
Thank you.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
No, it's all right. Not your bad. I should have been careful.
No, it was mine.
I will.
I set you up for failure.
No.
No, AP, you don't want to mess with them.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get a call?
Yes.
It happens. That's a much better shot. All right. Incoming now. Ooh. Fam, let's get it. While we wait for Trump.
The best thing behind you, right?
All right.
Hello and welcome to the special Newsmobile Editors Wrap from inside the White House. Behind me is the West Wing of the White House, where President Trump sits on his
Got everything ready. Any moment now. Getting a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of people inside the room, guys. Tons of people. Wow. Wow. Nice loaded. Jim Cramer. He's bearish. We're bullish. That's the way it goes. The greatest in the house. Welcome.
The more this logjam lingers, this relationship has been preserved over several administrations.
Bring it. Let's go. Come on. Arizona in the house. No way, he did. He did. Boom. All right. All right, finally. Welcome. Enjoy.
Are you all set? You all ready? Nice group? Big group.
Enjoy.
But I want to thank you all for being here as we prepare to celebrate Labor Day, when we honor the incredible hardworking men and women of our country, which is doing very well, I have to tell you. Every policy of the Trump administration is designed to lift up the American worker, promote great-paying blue-collar jobs, and to rebuild the industrial bedrock of our nation. It's also obviously for great defense. We have the greatest military in the world. We rebuilt it largely in my first term. Some of it was stupidly given away to Afghanistan. For what reason? Nobody can figure that one. But it was still a relatively small amount of what, you know, if you compare. The concept of what they did, however, is just incredible. But the country is doing well. We're respected all over the world like never before, probably. We went to NATO, as you know, and they went from 2% to 5% of GDP. Nobody expected that. And the difference is they didn't pay the 2 and they paid the 5. So, and as you know, we are selling a tremendous amount of equipment to NATO. We're not spending any money, we're making money, but I don't want to talk about making. I want to talk about we're no longer involved with funding Ukraine, but we are involved with trying to stop the war or the killing in Ukraine. So we're selling missiles and military equipment, millions and millions, and ultimately billions of dollars to the NATO people, where I'm very friendly and we have a great relationship, but that was an amazing trip. So they're funding the entire war. We're not trying to get as much as we can for them. They want the American product. We will continue to do that, and we're trying to get as much as we can for them. They want the American product. The American military product is by far the best in the world, and that's what they want to get. They have lots of options, but that's what they want to get. So the factories are doubling up and tripling up where they make the Patriots and other really, you could say, defense and offensive weapons. The wages for blue-collar workers are now rising at the fastest rate in 60 years, which is so important to all of us around this table. The average American worker has already seen a $500 wage increase this year, and there's no inflation because there's been decreases, tremendous decreases, with thanks to Doug and Chris and some of the people, the great job they've done with energy. Thank you very much. And Chris, thank you very much. I see you down close to $60 a barrel, and you'll be breaking that pretty soon, and that has a huge impact. And so we have groceries are down, energy is way down. Energy is way down. It was $4 and $5 for a gallon of gas. Think of that for gasoline, and now it's probably $2.25. There are some places it's $2. It broke $2 at a couple of locations in the South. In places like California where they charge such high taxes, it's higher, but it's still much lower than what it was a year ago. So energy's way down, groceries are way down, eggs are way down. Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. You've done a great job. Appreciate it. When we came in, the eggs were through the roof. They were 4 times higher than they've ever been. And my first question from you people were, what are you going to do with eggs? I said, what's the problem with eggs? That was caused by Biden, or whoever was operating the auto pen actually caused it, I guess, because I don't think he knew too much about eggs. Factories are booming compared to before I took office. Domestic auto production is going to be, it's going to be so thrilling in 2 years when you see the numbers, because they're building plants all over the country. They're all coming in because of tariffs. They don't want to pay the tariffs. And if they build their plant here, they don't pay the tariffs. And they're pouring into our country, and you know about AI and you know about but the auto plants, that's the good old-fashioned stuff that I love. The auto plants are pouring into the United States of America. They're coming from Mexico, they're coming from Canada, and they're coming from Europe, all over Europe. And it's been pretty amazing. So factories are booming. And when they actually open, right now they're booming in terms of construction. This is something given to me by Mark Zuckerberg. And you'll see this is AI now. I never understood. I said, well, because I built shopping centers, and for $50 million, you can build a very nice shopping center. So I never understood when they said $50 billion for a plant. I said, what the hell kind of a plant is that? But when you look at this, you understand why it's 50 billion. So this is one he's building in Louisiana. That's Meta, Facebook, as people understand it to be. But look at that. That's the size of Manhattan. So that's superimposed over the island of Manhattan. It takes up a big part of Manhattan. I think they say 81% of Manhattan. So these are big things, and they're going up. A lot of them are going up now. I don't know that big. Actually, Mark is building 4 of them, and others are building similar places. And when these things open up, I'll tell you what, our country, we're leading China now in AI, substantially leading China. And the reason is because we're letting them build their own electrical facilities. We would need double the energy if you take all of the electricity that we produce right now in this country, you'd have to multiply it times 2 or maybe 3 times. So 3 times more than we have right now for everything, to operate your toaster and everything else, okay? 3 times more. And the way we are able to succeed, because China goes out and builds these massive plants. They're right now building 58 coal, in this case, almost all coal-fired plants. And coal is back with this country too, by the way. There's a reason they use it, because it's good. It works for them. And we call it clean coal. We don't call it coal. We call it clean, even very clean coal. But we have coal going up. We have nuclear going up. Nuclear is very much in vogue now. It's safe and inexpensive and great. We don't allow windmills. We're not allowing any windmills to go up. I mean, unless there's a legal situation where somebody committed to it a long time ago. We don't allow windmills, and we don't want the solar panels that I was speaking with the secretary about, because they take up, thousands of acres of our farmland. You see these big, ugly patches of black plastic that comes from China, and the solar is, I like solar in some ways, but for firing up your big plants, it doesn't work. It's very unstable. But it really takes up your farm. The farmers are saying, they're building these massive blotches in the middle of the fields all over the country. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. So we're not heavy into that at all. And windmills, we're just not going to allow them. They're ruining our country. They're ruining everyone. If you look at, I hate to mention countries, but you look at the UK, what's happened at UK, they have energy costs have gone through the roof. It's because of wind. They want to do everything. close up the northern parts of the country. They have oil that's tremendous, and they closed it up, and they've been building windmills all over the place. And I tell them, you're my friends, but man, you're gonna have a bad awakening very soon. It's gonna be very bad. They're ugly, they don't work, they kill your birds, they're bad for the environment. And if you look at them from a house, your house is worth less than 50%. So I'm trying to have people learn about wind real fast, and I think I've done a good job, but not good enough, because some countries are still trying, and they're destroying themselves. Those are countries that are really destroying themselves. I hope they get back to fossil fuel, because right now, Chris, whether we like it or not, fossil fuel is the thing that works, and then you can add nuclear with it and other things, but fossil fuel is what works if we're going to fire up those big monster factories. But if you look at comparing everything before I took office, domestic auto production is up 18,000 cars a month. And we haven't even started yet, because a lot of these plants aren't built. It's up 18,000 because Ford, General Motors, and a couple of others, Stellantis, they're taking their existing plants, and they're, as quickly as they can, they're adding on to them. So when their plants open, because they're building big, modern, beautiful auto plants, but think of that, we're up 18,000 cars a month, and essentially all they've done is try and utilize their space correctly as their big plants open up. It's going to be, I hope they remember that it was this way. I hope this table gets a lot of the credit for what's happening. It gets all of the credit, because this would have never happened. We were going out of business in every way. We were losing. All the car plants were leaving this country. Now they're all coming back in, and they are coming from Canada, and they are coming from Mexico, but they're coming from Germany, they're coming from all over the world. Domestic steel production is up by 100,000 tons of steel a week. We have a 50% tariff on steel, aluminum, and various other things. Copper just got brought into the picture, and that means people are gonna wanna make steel here. We just made a deal with U.S. Steel. As you know, we have an outside company come in, spend $17 billion on building new plants, new everything. It's great, and it stays right here in America. So we're doing amazingly well on steel, and domestic oil production is up by more than 300,000 barrels a day. That's a lot of barrels, and you're going to be talking about that in a second, I think, Chris and Doug. These two people have done a fantastic job, and we have the oil price down to about $62 a barrel. So just so you understand, because a lot of you like to talk about costs and prices, but I watch so much fake information. Product costs are down. Energy is way down. Energy brings things down. You know, with energy, that's what happened with Biden. He stopped our program, and then he went back to it when he realized that it looked like you're going to be paying numbers that nobody's ever seen, like $7 a gallon. You're going to pay $7 a gallon. They were up to $7.5. So then he immediately went back to the Trump plan that they terminated, but it was too late for them. It was too late. They blew it. They had a great thing going. I gave them something great, and they blew it. Since the inauguration, we've created over 500,000 new private jobs, and if you notice, when the numbers come out, government jobs are going down and private jobs are coming up, and that's what really fuels the country. It's easy to hire people and pay them for doing something that maybe is not very productive, but government jobs are down, actually substantially down, and private jobs are way up, and these are the jobs that make money, create a better life. Meanwhile, we've reduced the number of federal bureaucrats by 84,000. So we got rid of 84,000, and I think the job numbers, you're going to see the new job numbers are going to be through the roof because of all of the different businesses that are moving into our country. And not just production businesses, autos and AI, but any business you can think of. In the world of furniture, as an example, North Carolina, I went there many times when I built a lot of hotels and things, and I'd go to North Carolina, I'd buy the greatest, they were the greatest, most talented people. And then China came along and took all of those jobs away. If they would have tariffed them, China wouldn't have taken any of the jobs. But we had presidents that, honestly, and I like some of them, but they didn't know what the hell they were doing from a business standpoint, from running the country. And North Carolina, the most talented woodworkers that you've ever seen. I'd be there and I'd watch them. I'd say, I'd like to have a rail in that chair. Maybe can you fancy it up a little bit? How about this, sir? And they'd hand me a thing. It was like they were artists. They were unbelievable. And that business was stolen from us by others, not only China, but by others. All of a sudden, you're ordering your furniture from China. It was not even close to being as good, but they couldn't compete with it. If we would have said it costs 100% or 200% tariff, you wouldn't have lost one job. It's so sad. But we're going to rebuild North Carolina furniture and other places, South Carolina too, to a lesser extent. They make furniture. But furniture, we're going to put a very substantial tariff on. We've already announced it. It'll be done pretty quickly. And when that happens, everyone's going to start. I just tell you, North Carolina, go out and start getting the grandchildren and the children, start teaching them, because some of those incredible artists that I knew as young people, they're older people now, but they still have the talent and they have time left, but they're going to be teaching their sons and their daughters and their grandchildren, and it's going to be a beautiful thing to see. It's going to happen like magic. It's going to happen without question. It's not like, gee, I hope it happens. It's going to happen. The results of Ford that just announced it's going to create 4,000 new jobs, American jobs. Hyundai, 14,000 jobs. General Motors is moving production of the Chevy Blazer and Equinox from Mexico back to the United States where it belongs. Don't forget, we lost 55% of our auto production over the last 35 years. 55%. We were the auto capital of the world. Like there was nobody even think about challenging us. We lost 55% of it to Mexico, Canada, China, a lot to China, and other countries. And it's all coming back. We will be bigger. A couple of years, we'll be bigger than we ever were. We'll be more dominant. We'll be bigger. We make great product, too. We're starting to make really great product. We're going to be bigger than we ever were. We're going to be at the level that it was when we were the only one that really, we sold to the world. And we're going to be back selling to ourselves and other parts of the world. It's not going to be the same, but it's going to be equally as important as it was in the heyday 30 years ago. But we lost more than 50% of the automaking capacity. In fact, the unions, the auto unions, as you know, the top guy didn't know me, didn't like me, and now he likes me. He says, man, I can't believe what Trump has done. But the auto workers voted for me. They understood better than anybody else. The auto workers, the Teamsters voted for me. Teamsters are great. They all voted for me. No Republican has ever gotten the support of the Teamsters and the auto workers. And now the head of the auto workers, I mean, it's so amazing. I watch them on television there. They can't even believe what happened. And I told them all what was going to happen. We secured new market access for American agricultural exports all over the world. Our secretary is doing a great job. Thank you, Brooke. And we have negotiated historic trade deals with the United Kingdom, China, Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines, Japan, South Korea, who was here yesterday, and the European Union. Foreign nations are now paying hundreds of billions of dollars straight into our treasury, and numbers that nobody's ever seen before. As you know, we made trade deals with a lot of countries, and many of those countries, just to be able to sit at the table, are paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. We made a trade deal with the European Union. They were rough on us for a long time. And now we have a very good deal. We made that with them. Trillions of dollars is coming into our country. Trillions. Far beyond billions, trillions of dollars. Wouldn't you say, Scott?
Yes, sir.
And in a short period of time. They have to buy $750 billion worth of our energy product. Energy is great. We have more than anybody else, and we're using it. But the European Union is a done deal, and Japan is done. And, I heard there was a problem with South Korea, but we met yesterday, and they're done. We didn't do anything. We just kept the same deal. He honored the deal. They wanted to see if, I don't even want to say it, but they wanted to see if they could do something. But they honored the deal, which is nice. And we cut the previous record-setting trade deficit, I hear just came out. We cut it in half already. We haven't even said, we've only been here really for a few months because, you know, takes you a little while to fix up the Oval Office and do those things. prepare for the battle, right? So we really only been here for a very short period of time, and we cut the trade deficit in half. Is that right? That's fantastic. I didn't even think we were going to do that. And remember, these are things that are being built. These things, all these numbers up here, they're not open yet. When they open, you're going to see things happen in the United States that nobody's ever seen before, including our country in its heyday. And I had the greatest economy in the history of our country my first 4 years, despite COVID, which was a very unfortunate situation for the whole world. We did a great job with it, never got the credit for the job we did. Operation Warp Speed, people say, is one of the greatest achievements ever in politics or in the military, because it was almost a military procedure. But everybody, including Putin, said that Operation Warp Speed, what you did with that, nobody can believe it. And we did a great job, but it was a horrible, horrible pall over our country. We had a very dark cloud over the world. That was a very, very bad thing that came out of Wuhan, which I said it came out of Wuhan. That's where it came from. And China suffered greatly, but everybody did. But we did a good job with that, as good as you can possibly do, and we came back, and now we're stronger than ever before. If I didn't win this election, this country was gone. I'm telling you, economically it was gone. None of the things that we're talking about would have happened. The whole world was robbing us blind. Friend and foe. They were stealing our jobs, our money, our factories. They were stealing everything. We would have been a shell. We would have been a bankrupt, broken shell. And that's the way it is, but we're doing just the opposite. Stronger than we've ever been. Last month, in a landmark achievement, I also proudly signed the largest working class tax cuts in American history. So the bill that, I'm not going to use the term great, big, beautiful, that was good for getting it approved, but it's not good for explaining to people what it's all about. It's a massive tax cut for the middle class. It's a massive tax cut for jobs. And it's, think of it, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. So seniors, I don't know how you can vote for anybody else. And, just think of that, and no tax on overtime. So you work overtime, you don't have to pay tax on overtime. That's good. The Democrats don't know what they're going to do. So they have, like, this soundbite. They have all these sound bites. They send it out. I don't know. Some guy sends out a word, and everybody uses it, including the fake news. Some of you are here right now. I'm looking at you. And it's death. They use the word death. No, it's actually life. It's almost like a newborn life. It's not death. That's their soundbite. The bill is death. It's not. We strengthen Social Security. We strengthen Medicare, Medicaid. The job we've done on Social Security is, if the Democrats got in, Social Security is over, because the country's going to fail. There won't be any Social Security. And I made that pledge to you. We're going to take care of Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and we're doing that in spades because the country is becoming so successful again. And it hasn't been this successful. I think in the end, it will never have been this successful. I don't think it'll even be close with what's happening. Every American is seeing a tax cut as a result of the bill. The average police officer will keep an extra $1,000 a year at least in overtime, and the average waiter or waitress will keep nearly $2,000 extra in the fact that they would have had to pay that kind of money on tips. And I never realized that the government was so strong on that, but waitresses, waiters would tell me that the government would go after them. Like, it was horrible. That's how it all started with me. It just was incredible. And the biggest thing was, again, the $4 trillion that they found. They said, well, that was nice. They should have announced it. I could have told them that. And I don't know. It should be simple. But a lot of people didn't understand it. Actually, a lot of good people didn't understand it. But now they're saying, Trump was right. They'd never seen anything like this. And I don't know what it is, Scott. They didn't understand what we were trying to explain to them was going to happen. Everybody's moving back to the United States because they don't want to pay a tax. If If they're not here, they have to pay a tax. And it didn't seem that complicated, but it's working at a level that nobody can imagine. You know, this is working $4 trillion, but that's a big number. It's a number that nobody ever heard of before. But 4 trillion is exciting. But that's nothing compared to what's happening, because these places haven't even opened yet. Some of them haven't even started hiring yet. They're under construction. So it's construction jobs, but it's not the big number, and the big numbers, when they open, they're going to be very successful. It's a revolution. We're also working on things to ensure that the awesome power of artificial intelligence is used to benefit all Americans, including American workers and also American children. In that spirit, our wonderful First Lady has just announced a presidential AI challenge. It's going to be a very good challenge, I can tell you. She's put her heart into it, which will inspire the next generation to stay on the cutting edge of this vital technology. This is the new internet, the new computer, the new television, the new everything, all put together in one. This is why when I show you a picture like that, I mean, I show you this. This is a factory superimposed over the island of Manhattan. And you have many of them being built right now all over the country, or soon to start. Some of them have started. This one has actually started. That's in the great state of Louisiana. But the First Lady is working very hard on this, and it's an important initiative. And Melania, when she puts her mind to it, nobody can do better. There's nobody. So every young person should go to AI.gov to learn more, AI.gov to learn more. And you'll see it's a great challenge. I think it's going to be a very modern kind of a challenge that involves AI, which is very exciting to people. So I want to thank her, raise a lot of money for children. We're putting America first, and we're going to be putting the America worker first. And, you know, the Republican Party has picked up 4 million new people, 4 million. The Democrats have lost 2.5 million. Other than that, they're extremely happy. No, they're very depressed. They're very depressed. And their new box that they've fallen into is crime. There was a consultant on one of the shows this morning I was watching. I thought he was very good. He's a Democrat consultant. And he was screaming, no, no, don't let him do this to you. Don't let, it's another trap. It's another trap. What he's talking about, like men playing in women's sports. They said that's an 80-20. No, it's a 97-3. It's 97-3. Like transgender for everybody. They fought for it. They're still fighting for it. I saw a guy today, a politician that you all know very well, fighting like hell for men playing in women's sports. You don't understand. They're human beings also. Well, I agree they're human beings. But you can't have a 7-foot guy playing basketball with the women. You know, it's just one of those little problems in life. And we all have our place. That's okay. I've got my place too. But this guy's screaming, it's another trap. And this is the worst of all. He said, because this is crime. Trump is saying he's against crime and they're for crime. No, he's going, it was funny. No, it's a trap. Don't do it. And then I saw this poor, stupid Chuck Schumer, the guy. He looks like he's aged 100 years. And I don't like getting into looks. You know, looks don't mean anything, right? When you're in politics, looks don't matter. I look at Pam, I would never say she's beautiful because that'd be the end of my political career.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Secretary. But I will tell you, this is the best of all. And they're going to fight me. Like this slob of a governor you have in Illinois. This poor guy got thrown out of his business by his family. I know the family. I was partners with the family. Nice family. I like the family. But he was no good. They threw him out. He's governor of Illinois. And he goes about Trump, we don't need his help. Chicago is the worst. These places are really bad. Crime in D.C. was the worst it ever was. You know, they make up stories. Crime in D.C. was the worst ever in history. And now, over the last 13 days, we've worked so hard. We've taken so many, there are many left, but We've taken so many criminals, over 1,000. I watched a man from Maryland who said to me, I mean, sir, you're the greatest president. You're doing an unbelievable job. What a great job. Governor Moore, has anyone heard of him? He's another hopeful for president. I don't think so. But I met him, and I didn't realize it was on camera. Did you see they caught him on camera? I was at a game, I don't know, like the Army-Navy game or something. And I met him in a hallway. And as usual, you do your job very well. One of these great cameramen had it on tape. But I met this gentleman. I never met him before. Sir, you're doing a great job. You're doing an unbelievable job. Thank you very much. But then he goes on television and says, oh, Trump is a dictator. He's a dictator. And a lot of people have so the line is that I'm a dictator, but I stop crime. So a lot of people say, you know, if that's the case, I'd rather have a dictator. But I'm not a dictator. I just know how to stop crime. And you would think that Illinois would have such a problem with crime, such a bad governor. He should be calling me, and he should be saying, could you send over the troops, please? It's out of control. It's out of control. In New York, it's out of control. Not as bad as Illinois, by the way. Not even close. In California, you would have not had the Olympics had I not sent in the troops. We sent in the National Guard. They did a fantastic job. We have the Olympics. We have the World Cup coming. I got them in my first term. And I was really sad because I said, oh, boy, I got them, and I won't be president. And little things happen. Thank you, God. Thank you. Little things happen. Think of it. You could ask Johnny. Johnny would tell you he's the head of World Cup. He's a great guy, too, great commissioner. But he's the head of the World Cup. He said, Trump is the only reason we're doing this. And the sad part is that I was not going to have it. I would have to be, probably I wouldn't have even been invited to the game, depending on who's president, right? And I got that. I did not get 250, okay? The 250th anniversary, I did not get. I'd like to claim it, if I might, but I did get that. That was whether I was president or not, it was still 250. I'd like to take credit for it. What I will take credit for is we're going to have a better celebration under Trump than you would have had under some stuff. That I'll take care of. We're going to have a safer place, Christy, because of you and Tom Homan and everybody, right? But, so we have 250 coming up. We have the World Cup coming up, which is like having 45 Super Bowls. And we have the Olympics coming up. So we're going to have a very exciting 3.5 years remaining. We're going to have a very exciting, it's going to be done properly. So I just want to tell you, our country's in incredible shape. Our military is strong and powerful and respected. We had some fantastic decisions from the Supreme Court that let us put the people into the military and other businesses that are best for the job, as opposed to some woke reason that was killing our country. That was a very strong, very powerful. You can now go into a company based on your ability, as opposed to being forced in based on some factor that cannot make our country great. That was a big decision, very, very big decision. And we've had a lot of great decisions, and we've all made some great decisions sitting around this table. I want to thank Scott. Unbelievable what's happening financially with you and Howard. And Vice President's involved in everything, and he's been great. And Marco has been, really, I think you're born for this job. I don't think you should ever run for another office. I don't think you should, really. You're so good at this. He is so good. And everybody likes him, everybody likes him. But everybody, much more importantly than like, I think you would say, is respect. They respect Marco. They respect all the people around the table. So what I'd like to do is, I'd like to go around the table. You seem to like it. Your audience seems to like it.
Get ready.
And I want to mention, about crime, because we have a young lady here, Iris, of Epoch Times. You're Iris, aren't you, huh? And I heard you were very savagely mugged in the city, and I'm not going to let that happen under this administration. That was last year. And would you like to mention what happened?
Of course. So first of all, thank you, Mr. President.
Do you want to listen to this?
For having me here to share my story to the room and to the broader public. My name is Iris Tao. I'm a White House correspondent for NTD, the sister media of the Epoch Times. So more than 2 years ago, it was a Saturday morning in broad daylight.
Mm.
I was on my way to work, and a young man with a black ski mask pointed a gun at my face and threatened me to hand over my phone, my wallet, my laptop, and everything else. And when I refused, he used the butt of his handgun to strike me across the face, in the cheek, or what some people call pistol whip me, before running away. And that has deeply traumatized myself and my family. Ever since, I've never dared to walk in the street of DC at night, ever, and my family was extremely worried. So, Mr. President, thank you so much for what you're doing right now.
Thank you for being honest.
Such incidents involve not just me, but also my family. If he had shot me, I could have died right there in the middle of nowhere without my families or my friends knowing at the age of back then, I think 23.
Right.
Just starting my career here in DC without even starting a family. Right now, I'm very blessed to have this opportunity.
So you had a gun pointed at your head, and you probably figured that he's going to pull the trigger because these are animals that don't know what the hell. They couldn't care less. The pulling the trigger to him is a very minor event, and I'm sure he's done it before. So how did you? And you did refuse to give it, which would probably maybe somebody would say that was not the right decision, right?
Right.
But you refused. But I understand that. So and then he hit you real hard.
Yes.
It's really amazing that you weren't shot, though, isn't it?
I'm very blessed, and that's why having this opportunity to stand here to share my story today. One, I'm very grateful for God for allowing me to still survive to this day, but also to Mr. President. Thank you for now making DC safer.
Thank you very much.
For us, for our families, for my parents, on my behalf of my parents, and now my baby on the way. Thank you so much.
And there are other reporters and journalists, good people, and you don't have to say it, but that have also been attacked violently. And not violently, too, but pretty badly. But, and I bet you see a big difference in the streets right now. And this is only 12 days, but people are telling me they're going out to dinner now. They haven't, I told the story of my friend, but I have a lot of friends that are going out to dinner all the time now in DC, and they weren't doing it 12 days ago. They would never even think. One of my friends went out 5 times. It was 4 times the last time I told. Now it's 5 times. He said, I love going out to dinner, and restaurants are starting to open again. A lot of them closed because, you know, nobody wanted to go into a restaurant. Nobody wanted to get to a restaurant or even sit in the restaurant. But you see a big difference now, don't you?
I do pass by Union Station every day on my way home, and I do feel a lot safer seeing the trucks right outside, seeing the National Guard troops members right outside. It does make me feel like I'm hopeful about DC again, and one day hopefully we can raise our family here.
Thank you very much. That's nice. And those are tough troops, too. Those are not politically correct troops. We don't have politically correct anymore. We have tough guys, tough people, including some tough women. But we have tough people, and when you look at them, I'll tell you, they showed one scene where a bunch of Trinidad guys or whatever, maybe MS-13, maybe MSDNC, okay? Because to me, they're worse. I think they're worse. MSNBC maybe is worse than Trinidad. Real scum, real dishonest people. But anyway, but they went into this gang. I think it was Trinidad, Venezuela, and they weren't nice to this group of people. The gang was calling them sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. You're no good. Get out of here. And yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. These are people that beat up people all day long, and they're calling these soldiers. That's what they are. They're real soldiers. There's no games. I said, you don't have to be politically correct. And you know the way they used to spit in the face of the soldiers, with the soldiers standing like this, and you'd have some guy or some woman sometimes screaming at them from 1 inch away. They're standing there, and they're told you cannot do anything, and they start spitting, actually spitting in their face. And I said, you spit, we hit. And they're totally authorized to do that, all of those things. But your story is great, and there are other stories here, but they don't have to tell them. But some people are ashamed to tell them. They don't want to tell them. But it was like a jungle, and it's not a jungle anymore. And it's going to get so good that This will be the safest capital there is. It'll be one of the safest places in our nation, anywhere. And right now, it's one of the most unsafe places, but not now. 12 days ago, it was the most unsafe place in our nation. And they have to stop issuing false crime numbers because, I mean, I heard the mayor, and I like the mayor, you know, fine. I don't care if I like her or not. If she did her job, I wish she were a horrible person who did her job. But she's probably nice, I guess. I don't care. I want her to do a job. But they issue false numbers. She said crime is down, you know, before we got, now they can say crime is down. Crime is very much down. But what they did is they issued numbers. It's the best in 30 years. Not the best. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's much worse. And they gave phony numbers. And then they fired the man who didn't want to write the phony numbers. He got fired. And I guess that whole situation's under investigation because it's a very important thing, Pam. I mean, if they're going to give these phony numbers, it's a false feeling that you get crime. You have to do something about it. You can't go around saying, "Oh, Washington D.C. safe," if it's not. It's going to be very safe very soon. It's very safe right now. You're going to go out, have dinner. People are going out all over the place. They're walking. I have people that work in government, strong, tough cookies. They can take care of themselves. But it doesn't help to have big, strong muscles. And I work out. If a guy's over there with a gun shooting you in your face, you can be the strongest guy in the world. A guy has a gun, shoots you in the face. It doesn't matter how much you've worked out, how many weights you've lifted, how hard you work. And so we have the toughest guys and we have the best guys. And I'm willing to go to Chicago, which is a big trouble, but we have a governor that refuses to admit he has problems, huge problems. Baltimore, Wes Moore was telling me I want to walk with the president. Well, I said, I want to walk with you too someday, but first you got to clean up your crime because I'm not walking in Baltimore right now. Baltimore is a hellhole. And this guy, I don't even think he knows it. He's another candidate for president. Between him and Newsom, you got some real beauties, I'll tell you. But if we didn't go into Los Angeles, you wouldn't have the Olympics, in my opinion. You wouldn't have the Olympics. We went in, and the sheriff, the boss, said, thank God they're here. You could see his tape. He said, we were not able to control what was happening. That was the sheriff. And he said it loud and clear. And you know, they're suing us for going in and cleaning up crime. And yet their own sheriff said, on the first or second night, he said, we could have never handled. That was going to be, you were not going to have the Olympics or the World Cup, because that would be, there wouldn't be anything left. They shouldn't have lost 25,000 houses. The water was turned off from the Pacific Northwest. And I was after them in my first administration, turn on the water, turn it on. Nobody could have believed this could have happened. But they had no water in the fire hydrants. They had no water in the sprinkler systems that people put up in their ceilings. There was no water. And yet we have tremendous amounts of water. They send it all into the Pacific Ocean, trying to protect a certain little fish. It's not doing well because it doesn't do well without water either. And it shouldn't be a protected because it shouldn't be a protected species, but I think that's actually just an excuse. I actually think these people are sick. There's something wrong. So we send hundreds of millions of gallons of water a day into the Pacific Ocean. They turn a valve, and the valve heads out, and we turn the valve back. I actually had to do it using force. We turned the valve back, and now they have water, but not as much as they should have, because they should. And I'm telling Gavin Newsom by this conversation right now, turn the rest of the water on. Turn it on. So things are done that are so sad in this country. Lack of common sense. I like to say the Republican Party is the party with common sense. We're smart, we're sharp, we're this to that. They're smart, but they're radical left people. And they can't help it. They're very smart, but they're radical left, and they're destroying our country. But they're not going to destroy it anymore. So we picked up millions of people in the Republican Party. They lost millions of people. And I think we're going to do very well in the midterms. And I just want to say one other thing, and that's medicine. The cost of medicine all over the world is much cheaper than the United States because for years the world pushed us around, including our friends. And you go to Germany, you go to England, you go to different places, and you go to a store, and it's sometimes 10% of what we pay in the United States because they said, nope, we're not paying any more. You charge the United States. This went on for 25, 30 years. And I invoked favored nations. I said, I want to pay the same as they're paying. And Bobby Kennedy is doing a good job, and Dr. Oz is doing a good job. And I asked them, I mean, other than the basics that they're doing on autism and other things, which we got to solve that problem because it's crazy what's happening, it's out of hand. But this is the most important thing that can be done is favored nations, Bobby. And we're not talking about a 25% cut or 50, we're talking about a 1,500% cut. Because people go to Europe to buy drugs and they come back with drugs, prescription drugs, normal, not, I don't mean the bad drugs, I mean prescription drugs. Because you can buy them for 10%, 15%, 20% of what. So they're going to go up in price. And I told the countries, and I get along good with all of them. I mean, you could ask I get along good with all of them. But I said, you know, I told them, I said, you're going to go up a little bit because it's the world. It's the world. So more people in the world than we have. We're going to go down a lot, and they're going to go up a little. And it's called equalization. We're going to have equalization. So we pay the same price as the lowest drug sold anywhere in the world. And I think, Bobby, that's going to happen pretty soon. The companies are ready for it. They had to go for years. I was with a very great gentleman from Eli Lilly. I think he's an incredible executive. I mean, I'll mention the company and I'll mention him because we had this argument my first term, and then we had it in my second term. In my second term, I wouldn't stop until I won the point. And he threw up his hands. He says, you're right, I can no longer defend it. I can no longer defend that a pill that's made by Johnson & Johnson in a factory, in the same factory in the United States versus a place in Europe or other places, including Canada, by the way, you could buy it for 10% or 15% or 20%, the cost of what we're paying, where we'd pay 5, 6, 7 times more money. He said, it's the hardest part of my job, defending that. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm saying that we have to get down to business. And that's a great company. He's done a great job, and I appreciated it. And it really broke the ice because they were saying, well, we have to do research and development. Well, you have to do it for Germany and all these other countries too. Well, they think the United States should bear it. I mean, I heard this stuff and I finally said, it's over. Now, you have to have somebody that can get these countries to do it. I told them, if you don't do it, we're going to charge you a 25% tariff on everything you send into our country. That's much more money than what we're talking about. Then we have to get the drug companies to do it, and they'll do it because we have tremendous power over the drug companies too. So we're going to get it done. I just hope we get it done fast, Bobby, because this thing should go fast. But we're going to get the cost of medicine is going to be 1,000%. Think of that, not 2%. And I'll just tell this last story. When I was in my first term, in my last year, I was so proud of myself because drug prices went down for the first time in 28 years under my administration. You know how much it went down? 1/4%. And I was so proud of that. And I held a news conference, I think you'll be able to find it, congratulating myself and my administration because for the first time in 28 years, drug prices went down. 1/4%, that little tiny, but it still went down. And I thought it was great. And then I realized, you know, it's a very complicated business and formula. You got to be very smart. I said, we're really getting ripped off by the whole world. The whole world is ripping us off. And what happened is I got on this kick, and I got the drug companies to agree, and I got countries to agree. And they're not agreeing because they think I'm a nice person. They're agreeing because I will put charges and costs and tariffs onto them that will be many times more than what they're going to be paying. So the companies are there and the countries are there. And we got to get it done, Bobby. We got to get it done. And we're going to have the biggest price of now. That's going to lower Social Security, Medicare, This is going to lower everything because drugs go for everything. It's going to have the biggest impact, I think, of anything that can possibly be done. But your costs are going to be going down for medicine, for prescription drugs, will be going down at levels that nobody ever thought possible. And that's going to happen in a matter of a very short period of time. And we're all set with the countries, and we're all set with the companies. That's all you need, the two. And the middleman gets cut out. Under this scenario, the middleman doesn't exist anymore. That was the other thing. They always blamed the middleman. I said, who are the middlemen? Nobody knew who the middleman was. You know,
That's right.
they had the most complex formula. It was genius, but they didn't get away with it. So I'm counting on Bobby. Do you want to start, Bobby? Maybe we'll start with you. You can start with that and then go on to what we're talking about.
We are deep into MFN negotiations, most favored nation status negotiations with 14 companies. Howard Lutnick is a breath of fresh air, and I think he's going to help us get across the finish line with the leverage that we have from tariffs.
They're smart. Don't let them get away with it, Howard.
Well, the combination of Bobby's MFN and the 232 Pharmaceuticals, which we launched together, when you put those two together, it really gives Bobby the tools to go execute your plan. So I'm supporting Bobby as he executes his plan.
Good. Right?
Yes. And this cabinet meeting is supposed to be about working Americans and bringing jobs back to this country, and particularly rural America. And I want to mention the big, beautiful bill. Right now, we spend 7% of Medicaid dollars on rural hospitals. So they're getting the short end of the stick. It's about $19 billion a year. Under the Rural Transformation Program, we give them an extra $10 billion a year. So we're raising an infusion of cash to rural hospitals and rural communities by 50%. It's going to be the biggest infusion in history, and it's going to restore and revitalize these communities. And we can't survive as a nation if we don't honor our rural communities, which are the source of our values, our virtues, our character, our economy, our food. And you are bringing that back. You are bringing those communities back. I wanted to talk, because you mentioned the wind farms, we now have an interdepartmental coalition, a team, which is Doug Burgum and Howard Lutnick and Chris Wright and Pete Hegseth. We're all working on this issue. And Lee. We're all working together on this issue. We're meeting together. There are right now 11 wind farms planned that were launched during the Biden administration. Between Maine and Virginia, it's 1,130 towers. These towers are twice the size of the Washington Monument. The blades on them
they're massive. It's so crazy.
The blades are 350 feet long, one blade. One of these blades blew up on Nantucket last summer, and the water was filled with shards of glass, of sharp glass, so it's dangerous to swim. They had to close the beaches, but they have indemnified themselves so the local communities can't sue them. None of these projects are bonded. If you build an oil derrick in the Gulf, you got to put a bond down. There's no bond for dismantling them, and that's one of the tools that Doug is now using to challenge some of these projects. None of the cost of energy from these projects is 39 cents a kilowatt hour. The average cost in this country is 17 cents per kilowatt hour.
And natural gas is 3 cents.
Right. So it is the most expensive energy. I've been representing commercial fishermen for 40 years. They are so excited about what you're doing, Mr. President, because their fisheries are being wiped out. As soon as they begin construction, the groundfish fisheries just disappear. The fish leave the area. They've killed 160 whales in the last 2 years. So they're wiping out the whale population, the Atlantic whale population, the big whales, the minkies, the gray whale, or the humpback whales, the right whales. And you are going to save the whales on the East Coast because of this. You're going to save these economies that are based upon commercial fishing. I'll say one other thing about fishing. We are now, the South Asian nations are now dumping shrimp on our country. The shrimp is heavily contaminated. We just stopped a shipment that was contaminated with cesium-157, which is radioactive. They're farming these shrimps, and they use bactericides and antibiotics and all kinds of chemicals, and the shrimp are so contaminated that the European nations won't take them, so they're dumping them all here, and they're putting out of business. We have the most sustainable, highly regulated fishery in the world. What our fishermen do is a good thing. And all of the trawlers in the Gulf and Alaska are being shut down because we're getting shrimp dumped here. So we have now increased FDA inspections of shrimp to make sure that Americans are not buying and eating contaminated shrimp and putting our shrimpers out of business. I talked just very briefly, we have an historic agreement on pre-authorization. We brought together 80% of the insurance industry, which has agreed to, for 80% of diseases and injuries, give immediate pre-authorization so that when you go to your doctor's office and he prescribes you a new knee or whatever it is, you will immediately know whether your insurance company is going to pay for it. This is an historic agreement. People have been trying to do it for decades, and we, because of your leadership, brought the insurance industry together and got them to voluntarily agree to do this. Similarly, we've made another historic agreement with personal health records. The 60 biggest tech companies in our country have all agreed to allow Americans for the first time access to their personal data, which they own, which these companies have been monetizing without permission. You're going to be able to see by next year all of your health records on your cell phone. It's going to save lives. It is going to fuel an infusion of technology into that space where people can access those records. They can compare their diet to what they personally need, and we'll have personalized medicine. We are doing price transparency. You passed this during your first term, and then the Biden administration refused to enforce it. We've now brought at HHS, under your leadership and my leadership, more enforcement actions than during the entire 4 years of the Biden administration. Right. So we're going to have that kind of price transparency. I'm working with Linda on forcing medical schools. And the MCATs, the people who administer the MCATs, the people who do accreditations, to put nutrition into medical school education. Right now, 25% of the doctors in this country do not feel competent to give nutritional advice. 70% of diabetes cases can be reversed or ended if you just change people's diets. And the doctors don't know how to advise it. They only know how to prescribe the drugs. We're going to change that. So if you come out of a medical school under the Trump administration, you are going to know about diet. And then finally, most importantly, the Pete and Bobby Challenge. I want to give an update. I got 5 minutes and 48. It's 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, and you try to do it within 10 minutes. I got 5 minutes and 48 seconds. Pete beat me. I'm still bitter at that. 5 minutes and 25. The cabinet leader is Scott Turner.
You beat me.
That's good. Got 5 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm waiting for reports from the rest of the cabinet. The only exemptions currently existing is if you can hit a 50 at Bedminster, which President Trump did with Bryce and DeChambeau, so he's the only one exempt in this room. Everybody else.
That's great, Bobby. Bobby, autism, if I could, just, I don't want to go too long because we have a lot of people, but the autism is such a tremendous horror show, what's happening in our country and some other countries, but mostly our country. How are you doing on that?
We are doing very well. We will have announcements as promised in September. We're finding certain interventions now that are clearly, almost certainly causing autism. And we're going to be able to address those in September.
It's such a big day. I'm looking forward to that day because there's something wrong when you see the kind of numbers that you have today versus 20 years ago. And those numbers, what are those numbers, Bob?
Well, in 1970, the biggest epidemiological study in history was done in Wisconsin. They looked at 900,000 children, and they were looking for autism. They knew what it looked like. and they were very, very precise about it, and they found an incident rate of 0.7, in other words, less than 1 per every 10,000 children. Today, our most recent numbers are 1 in every 31 kids. It's probably actually much worse than that because California, which has the best collection system, is reporting 1 out of every 19 children, American children, has autism, 1 in every 12.5 boys. So it's gone from less than 1 in 10,000 in 1970 to 1 in 12.5 boys.
Think of those numbers. So there has to be something artificially causing this, meaning a drug or something. And I know you're looking very strongly at different things, and I hope you can come out with that as soon as possible.
We will.
So 1 in 10,000, and now it's 1 in 31 or 34 or 12 if it's a boy. Can you imagine that? 1 in 12. That's for a boy.
1 in every 12.5 boys.
It's not even believable that that could be. And that was 1 in 10,000 not so long ago. I've been hearing these numbers, and they get worse and worse every year. There's got to be something. I think there's nothing, including favored nations and everything else, there's nothing that can be, if you can find out the reason that that's happening, and I know we're gonna do some things. I think we maybe know the reason, and I look forward to that press conference, to be with you on that press conference. That's going to be a great thing. Thank you, Bob. You're doing a great job. Linda, how about it? And we want nothing less than $500 million from Harvard. Don't negotiate, Linda. They've been very bad. Don't negotiate. Go ahead.
All that's working well. Mr. President, thank you very much. Since we are focusing today on Labor Day, and I know that Kelly and Lori are both going to echo some of the things that I'll say as well. We are really focusing, on our workforce. But what I'm finding with great joy around the country is that states really are being innovative and working more with middle schools and with high schools to make sure that we are having hands-on learning. There are pathways to jobs that are happening now. And if we see more and more of our community colleges working with our middle schools and our high schools so that high school students are graduating not only with a diploma, but a certificate that they have worked with, perhaps with a Toyota or another company that is coming in, public-private partnerships. And they're learning on the job so that when they graduate from high school, they're ready to go into the workforce, because we know with all of these wonderful jobs that are coming back into the country through AI, through just our normal jobs, we need electricians, HVAC operators, etc. If we don't have this training, we're not going to have the workforce we need for all these wonderful jobs. So governors are really excited about this prospect. I've been now to several states and visited community colleges and tech schools with governors, and they're just all on board for getting this done. I think it's one of the best things that we're hearing relative to the job market. So we're just kind of focusing on that for today.
So we're bringing education back to the states, to put it in a more simple fashion. We're going to let the states educate our children again. And we're rated out of 40 countries, we're 38, 39, or 40. So obviously, it's not working what they've been doing for the last 30, 40 years. And if you go back, the best are like Norway, Denmark, Sweden, some of the other, Finland, they're very highly rated. If you go back to just take a look at anything you want to do, you just look at us in the past. If we gave Iowa or gave Indiana or gave, and I don't say every one of them, a guy like Gavin Newsom's not going to do well. Certain states won't do well. But even California, you cut it up into sections. You have Riverside, you have this, you have that. You cut it into 5 sections. And, if you had a good governor, you'd be able to do well. But certain states will be able to compete with Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and everyone. It'll be just as good. So I figure you have close to 40 of those states. Mm-hmm. And then you'll have 10, you'll have 5 that won't be very good. You have 5 disasters, and we'll have to work on those disasters. But for the most part, we will have education that will go zooming up in those charts, just like we have in every.
Kick off your season with great deals at Fiesta Nissan.
Education back to the states where you have the parents running it, where you have the school boards, they're local. We have people running from Washington that have never even been to the state that they're in charge of. They've never even been there, and I don't think they care about it. So we want to close up the Washington buildings, sell the buildings off, let somebody else get rich with the real estate, because it'll be a crime-free city. By the way, speaking of that, anybody murders something in the Capitol, capital punishment, capital punishment. If somebody kills somebody in the Capitol, Washington, D.C., we're going to be seeking the death penalty. And that's a very strong preventative. And everybody that's heard it agrees with it. I don't know if we're ready for it in this country, but where you have it, it is, we have no choice. So in D.C. and Washington, states are going to have to make their own decision. But if somebody kills somebody, like you could have been killed, very lucky you didn't get killed, it's the death penalty, okay? Fantastic job you're doing. Thank you, Linda. Very much appreciated. How are you doing with the colleges, by the way? You're doing some pretty good work in terms of getting them to treat people fairly.
Well, interestingly enough, since we've been negotiating with some of the Ivy League schools, I have presidents of universities calling every single week. They want to sit down and talk to us about all of the steps that they are taking, because they would like to not come under the same investigative program, and so it is having its desired effect.
That's great.
So if you fire a shot across the bow, the big guys, people kind of step in line and know you mean business, and we have teeth in these agreements, and I'm proud of the work that we're doing there.
Well, they misbehaved, and some of these schools are getting billions and billions of dollars, and they misbehave, so that's it. And so one way or the other, we're going to win that whole thing. It's going to straighten them out. Okay? Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Lee, please.
Mr. President, the Trump EPA has a special Labor Day message to America's workforce, especially our auto workers, our coal miners, our steam fitters, our pipe fitters, and the list goes on. See what a difference a year makes. A year ago, the way that the Environmental Protection Agency was operating, the choice was made to protect the environment. We would have to strangulate the economy. That's the way that the EPA operated for years. There was a binary choice. We had to choose one or the other. The Trump EPA completely rejects that. See, we choose to protect the environment and grow the economy. And a very special shout out to Russ Vogt and his team at the Office of Management and Budget. We give him a lot of work. He's happy to do it. Dozens of different deregulatory actions. We just announced a proposed rescission of the 2009 Obama EPA endangerment finding, all of the light, medium, and heavy-duty vehicle regulations that followed. It is the single largest deregulatory action in the history of the United States government. And when you add up the dozens of different actions that we have announced and that we're working through, in one agency in 1 year, we'll do more deregulation than entire federal governments have done across all agencies, across entire presidencies. And what we are accomplishing would not be possible if not for the support of the rest of this team you've assembled around this table. The well-oiled, well-wired machine at the White House, led by Susie Wiles, and the DCOSP, the policy shop, led by Stephen Miller, they have been amazing to work with. I was just in Iowa with Administrator Loeffler, who made an announcement with Secretary Rollins to reverse the deratement on diesel exhaust fluid systems. Mr. President, you said you wanted water flowing faster. Working with the Secretary of Energy, we've done our part to do that, to get gas cans flowing faster, to stop that annoying start-stop feature in vehicles. See, people out there might say, well, why are you focused on all of these little things? If it's little to you, it doesn't mean that it's not a very big deal for millions of other Americans. The charge was clear when you called me in November and you asked me to do this job. Clean air, land, and water for all Americans. Unleash energy dominance. Advance cooperative federalism, permitting reform, make America the AI capital of the world, bring back American auto jobs, What we are accomplishing now, again, wouldn't be possible if not for your leadership. I'm grateful to the American people for electing you and our amazing vice president. I was just in Mexico City announcing and signing on behalf of the Trump administration an agreement with Mexico for a permanent solution for the Tijuana River sewage crisis, which you have been so outspoken and passionate about in our conversations. It would not be possible if not for Secretary Rubio, Deputy Secretary Landau, U.S. Ambassador to Mexico Johnson. The team at the State Department has been incredible. The work with the NEDC on permitting, to be able to get new pipelines built, to get new factories started. The list, it's amazing. So, somebody out there might not realize the relationship between the Environmental Protection Agency and the Department of Defense. The amount of work with Secretary Hegseth and the Army Corps, from responding to the LA wildfires, to getting more water flowing in California, which is also something that Secretary Burgum is involved with, to helping the farmers, the ranchers and landowners to revise the waters of the United States definition so they don't have to go hire an attorney or a consultant to tell them whether or not a water on their property is subject to federal regulation. Thank you for putting this entire team together. It's an honor to be at the Trump EPA, where we choose to both protect the environment and grow the economy. It's a very happy Labor Day for America's workforce.
And Lee, in Los Angeles, if you could, because of the fires, Lee was there, and as you know, we are very strict having to do with the rebuilding of those houses. And Lee was able to get the approvals done for everybody immediately. It was so fast, nobody could believe it. And the mayor and the governor still haven't gotten their approvals. And they're gonna have riots out there for that reason. These are great homeowners. They want to build their house, they can't get approved because you have the mayor, Bass, who has no idea what she's doing. And you have a governor who is just such a bad governor, and the people are unable to build their house. The toughest permit to get was the federal permit by far, and yet he got them all in a short period of time after the fire. How long did it take?
Well, Mr. President, you came in, signed an executive order, and told the EPA that we had less than 30 days to complete our hazardous material removal, which the initial response, once all of our heart rates went down a bit, was just to figure out how to get it done. We got it done in just less than 30 days. The Army Corps of Engineers then comes in for the debris removal. The federal government, in clearing over 13,000 properties that were destroyed because of these wildfires. We've got to the point today where property owners all across Los Angeles, they're grateful to the Trump administration. They're happy that we did our part, but they are desperate to rebuild. And there is not a single green light approval that they are waiting for from the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers proudly have done our work. It's important for those local officials to let these property owners build on their land. It's their property. It doesn't belong to the mayor of Los Angeles. And they need to represent their people better. They're ready to build.
When will they have their permits from Los Angeles?
Well, here's the problem, Mr. President, is that they have been ready since the moment we were done with the federal part. I mean, well, I was visiting a week after. Actually, I thought my first trip was going to be to Los Angeles.
The thing is that they start late, and he takes a long time to talk. And after this whole thing goes and ends, right, they take questions, right? Those questions are about what we want to know. The Fed and tariffs and all of that. Maybe one about crypto, you never know. Because these are the big events. The problem is that they just took so long that it's painful, right? We've been here for almost 3 hours. So I'm just eating. Which I thank you, fam. Just trying to find those clips because there's a lot of things going on in our industry that I know those are major news. Earlier in the live, we talked about them, right? About Chrome, the pump, Truth Social. So yeah, we have good news, guys. It's just that they take so long. It's a cabinet meeting. It's a big one. And well, if you guys like that, like me, let us know in the comments down below. Welcome, fam.
They should have been. I went to a town hall with Lee, but we were there, and the mayor was saying it would take 2 years, maybe 3 years to get this approved. I said, no, not 2 years, 2 days. They should have it in 2 days. And I toured the site, and I met 100 homeowners, all standing in front of this site a couple of days after the fire, and they were ready to go right then. They wanted to just build right then. And the city won't let them do it. Los Angeles, I don't think it's that they won't. I think they're incompetent, okay, to be honest with you. I think they just don't know how to go about it. It is so badly run by Newsom and by Mayor Bass. Mayor Bass, she was in Africa during the fire. She knew the fire was starting to rage, and she decided to take a trip to Africa. These people are they're just bad. You know, you talk about make America great again. They could never make America great again, but we are doing that. Congratulations, you found some interesting things, Tulsi.
Sir.
She's becoming a bigger and bigger star every day. She found a lot of good things. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. As we approach Labor Day weekend here, this is just such a great opportunity really to recognize your leadership as a true champion for working people. And I know we'll hear, as we go around the table here, how your focus singularly on putting the well-being and interests of the American people first is that common thread that we're seeing in your policies being implemented across your administration. For ODNI, number one, our focus is and must always be making sure that our intelligence community is focused on our mission, keeping the American people safe, secure, and free. We're doing great work on this front. I'll point out our National Counterterrorism Center, led by Director Joe Kent, are working across different agencies with Homeland Security, DEA, FBI, and others to catch terrorists, both those who are trying to come into our country, those who may already be in our country. They are finding the worst of the cartel bosses and making sure that they're not able to continue to wreak havoc and terror in our communities. Secondly, Mr. President, you have charged me with the mission of finding the truth and telling the truth to the American people. And we've exposed some of the worst examples of the weaponization of intelligence in the last several weeks. I will continue down that mission and that path wherever it leads. Transparency, telling the truth is what will drive true accountability for the American people who deserve nothing less. And lastly, Mr. President, all of us are charged with being good stewards of taxpayer dollars. I've gone through a reorganization for ODNI that we've announced in the last week. We've cut nearly half of redundant, unnecessary functions within ODNI, saving taxpayers over $700 million a year. We will continue focusing on our core mission in keeping the American people safe, and appreciate your leadership and your focus on this most critical task.
And you've also found many bags of information. I think they call them burn bags. They're supposed to be burned, and they didn't get burned, having to do with how corrupt the 2020 election was. And when will that all come out?
Mr. President, I will be the first to brief you once we have that information collected. But you're right, we are finding documents literally tucked away in the back of safes in random offices, in these bags and in other areas, which again speaks to the intent of those who are trying to hide the truth from the American people and trying to cover up the politicization that was led by people like John Brennan and James Clapper and others that have caused really immeasurable harm to the American people and to our country.
Great job. Thank you. We look forward to hearing it. The public looks forward. Thank you very much. Administrator?
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, everyone knows there's no stronger advocate for hardworking American families than you, sir. Thank you for the largest tax cut in American history for working families. The average family of four is going to save about $10,000 take-home pay more a year. And what we're seeing is an increase in the child tax credit, the increase in the standard deduction. Hardworking families are going to benefit from this bill, and small businesses. There's no bigger beneficiary than Main Street, because small business makes up 99% of all businesses in this country. I've traveled to nearly half of our states, 24 unique states. I've made 40 state visits. In fact, I was with our great vice president at a small business manufacturer in Georgia last week. I was with a trucking company in Ohio. I was in Michigan at a motorcycle manufacturer. The return of Made in America is going to be driven by small businesses, because 98% of all of our manufacturers in America
our small and medium businesses. 600.
Okay. Got 5+ minutes here. Wow. This is just another reminder, fam, that some of you just saw me eat like a bunch. I didn't have any breakfast, so you saw me, my full course, which I appreciate, you guys. The reason why we buy the dips, the reason why we buy the food, the reason why we buy the blood is because it's all emotional, and it's just tons of manipulations, everybody. We get it. We know it. I told you many times, right? XRP is going to pass $4, $5, and $6. And at the time, people will be like, let's go, let's buy in because we're going to 10. Then when it's $6, it's going to dump maybe to 5 or so. And people will be like, it's over. Guys, I knew this is a scam. Then it's going to go back to $6. And that's the way it's going to run for a while because we are allowing the world to get to know crypto. It takes a while. Tell me, under $1 XRP, it's over. Absolutely gone. And I'm very happy that we're buying the under $3 XRP, guys. It's good. It's really nice. So, best is yet to come, and I love it. I'm so happy, guys, and I think we had a great time, and this is gonna go for another hour, at least another hour. So I told you before this started, at least an hour and a half. So I knew what this was heading into. But I want to say thank you guys for stopping by to the stream. We got 3 hours of conversations, news, updates, and good moments. CRO is doing a really good job. Links down below for you guys to join us and get to experience more crypto. This is what we had earlier today. Trump Media Group Crow Strategy. So if you guys are into big news when it comes to Trump and Crow, that's the main reason why we are buying the dips, right? It's exciting. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and rest a bit because we still have a lot more work to do. And this is not going to end anytime soon. But thank you guys to all my donors, to all the new subscribers, to all the new members. Very much happy to see you here. And yeah, that's a long time for a live. It's been a while. 3-hour live. That's powerful. Powerful. But I hope you had a good time, guys. Okay? I really hope you had a good time. And to all my moderators and everybody, I'm tired, but I got better now with all that food. I got better now. So take care.
I think it's one of the most remarkable.
Enjoy. This is going to continue. And maybe, I don't know, 1 hour and a half. I don't know. They need a lot of stamina because, man, that was big. But just look at this. CRO put in some incredible prices. I love it, man. An XRP from 282 to 295. So very happy that I bought XRP. And if I get some money more, get some more money, I'll go ahead and buy another position. As long as it's under $3, I'm getting in because we'll pass $3 again and then we're going to be fine. And then I can diversify to other stuff. Planets, Brandom, TJ, JB, Ghost, Chipper. Thanks, guys. You take care. And I'll see you next time. Peace. And pump it up.